Everybody wants the prize, but nobody loves the process. Everybody wants to be a champion, but nobody's willing to put in the work that it takes to be a champion. Everybody wants to hold up the trophy and say, man, I did it, but nobody's willing to put in the work that it takes to do it. I love the process.
This is Tank DIY.
I love the thought of working for what I want.
Grow out tank.
You're never supposed to wish for it more than you're willing to work for it. Your expectations never supposed to exceed your efforts.
That were in the garage.
A lot of people, they wish, and they're not willing to work.
This evening,
life is going to hit you with a certain level of opposition, and it's going to test your will, and it's going to test your heart. And life is going to say to you, you said you wanted it, now let's see how bad you really want it.
I'll see if they'll come up and get some food. And they are eating. It's hard to see because it's nighttime. And they're starting to come up now. In that corner over there to feed. There they go. They're hungry. So all my fish are outdoors now, where I wanted them in the new infrastructure. These guys come up and feed. So I have 3 tanks, grow out tanks right now of fish. I have juvenile koi in this tank, the larger bluegill in this tank, and the 80 small ones in this tank. You can see these guys are getting some size on them. Some of these are 6 inches, 7 inches. And I have a new plant. This is a vanilla orchid that's going to be growing aquaponically. The bluegill in this tank are fertilizing this plant constantly. This vanilla orchid is a vine orchid that produces the vanilla bean. The vanilla bean is where vanilla comes from, and it will grow up all the way up here and around. That's the plan. So I've always wanted to produce my own vanilla that comes from a vanilla bean, which comes from an orchid. As we go to the next tank, to the koi grow out tank, look at that. These peppers are getting a nice size to them. And as these fish grow, they'll produce the nitrite that will be converted to nitrate by the beneficial bacteria. And all these tanks, and every tank has its own plant growing food in these smaller aquaponic systems. These are all just grow out tanks, and they'll always be full of fish that will go into the larger systems, which is coming real soon. The cleanup of the damage to my house is underway. My contractor will be here next week to start fixing the minor damage on the outside of my house from the tornadoes and windstorms that came through here. So I've been pushed back a little bit, couple of weeks, for my aquaponics infrastructure, but that's life. We can't control what happens in life. You have to keep moving forward when disasters strike. So the main thing is I was prepared. I had my own DIY solar generators, so I had power to all my essential equipment when the grid was down. I gotta give these guys some food too. So I'm gonna leave it at that. It's a beautiful breeze out here. The fish are happy. They're all outside now, and my infrastructure project continues. DIY aquaponics DIY solar, DIY prepping, because nobody's coming to save us. I gotta trim this plant. See how much this plant's growing? You know what? And I don't have to water anything. That's aquaponics. Till next time.